Hello everyone and welcome to SimpliCode. Today, we'll be taking you through the web development roadmap for 2022. Before we start, I hope the screen is clearly visible and the audio is fine. If yes, please type in yes, and if there are any issues, do let us know in the chat section so that we can resolve them. Until then, let me tell you guys that we have regular updates on multiple programming videos. So if you are a programmer and want to learn something new, then consider getting subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss any updates from SimpliCode. Great. I think we can get started. An e-commerce website with more than 1,000 products costs somewhere between $5,000 to $60,000. A database website costs even more. So, do you guys ever think about who creates these websites and how much money they make? A web developer is responsible for all this stuff. Let's go through the agenda for this video. We'll start this video with an introduction to web development, followed by a web developer's roles and responsibility. We'll then discuss its types, since web development can be divided into three sections: front-end web development, back-end web development, and full-stack web development. So there are various job designations you can land on related to web development. We'll discuss what technologies you need in all the three web development types, along with the resources and roadmap for each type of web development. We'll end this video by going through some non-technical requirements for becoming a web developer. Let's start this video with what is web development. Web development is the branch of computer science that deals with creating and maintaining a website or web application. Every website we come across is designed with a mix of certain methodology. So, a website is generally divided into three parts: the front end, back end, and the database. So, who does all these tasks of creating and maintaining a website? A web developer is the person who is responsible for all the stuff that goes around the website. A web developer not only creates the website, but also makes sure that the website should not face any issues right after the deployment. Moving ahead, let's discuss the different types of web development. There are certain jobs you can land on in the area of web development. We'll discuss the types of web development, followed by the job roles they offer. So, web development is basically divided into three parts: front-end web development, back-end web development, and full-stack web development. We'll start our first topic, front-end web development. Front-end development is the branch of development that concentrates on user experience. In order to ensure that the data is presented understandably and entails converting the code created by backend developers into a graphical interface. Without front-end development, you would see incomprehensible codes on a website or web application. But thanks to front-end developers, non-programmers can easily use and comprehend websites and web applications. When you visit apps like Google Apps, Canva, Facebook, and other websites, everything you see results from the collaboration between front-end and back-end engineers. Let us take you through the roadmap to becoming a front-end web developer. We'll also discuss about the technologies used for front-end web development. The first step to becoming a front-end developer is to find yourself a technology that is easy to understand. Several technologies are present in the area, but one should know their requirements. So we'll discuss all the technical aspects here. HTML is the most basic technology one should know. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is also known as the web architecture's most basic building block. It is used to create the structure of a web page. To become a web developer, one should know how to create the structure of a website. So there are various resources you can refer to for learning HTML. You can find multiple videos on YouTube. Or if you want to enroll yourself in a free course, you can find the link mentioned in the description box below. The next step is learning CSS. Cascading Style Sheet, or CSS, it is used to style a web page using CSS properties. HTML creates this structure and CSS makes the web page look more appealing to the user. Bootstrap is another front-end technology that is not necessary to learn, but always adds to your skills. So it is a framework based on CSS and JavaScript. Bootstrap is used to make a web page more interactive and mobile-friendly as well. The next step is to learn JavaScript. JavaScript plays an important role in front-end web development. It is a scripting language that is used to add web page, or we can say that is used to add elements to a web page to engage the user. Generally, it is said that these three technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, are enough for creating the front end of any website. But we'll suggest you learn some more technology. JavaScript frameworks like React, Angular, Vue, and jQuery are also used for front-end web development. You can learn any of these frameworks or all of them. It totally depends on your requirement. So we suggest you to go for React, as React is the most widely used JavaScript framework right now. However, professional developers prefer Vue.js because of its ease of use. So these are all the technologies basically required for front-end web development. Although, if you want to go for a job in this field, then it is highly recommended to learn website development tools as well. Netlify and Vercel are some of the free deployment tools you can use to take your application online. Projects also play a vital role while you go through the learning process. It is rightly said that you can learn a language only by programming in it. So, this is the roadmap to becoming a front-end developer. Talking about the resources for all the technologies we discussed in this part, you can refer to YouTube videos based on different technologies. You can also find the playlist on our YouTube channel. You can go for Simplilearn's YouTube channel as well. Now, you can also find the playlist, but taking up a course will definitely be of more help. SkillUp by Simplilearn is a free-to-use platform where you can enroll in free courses and learn many things. The plus point is you will get a certificate on any course completion. The link for the front-end web development introductory course is in the description box below. Click on the link and you get to understand the concept of certain front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, and React. Do check that link out for once. Let's move ahead and we'll go through the salary insights and roles and responsibilities of a front-end web developer. The responsibilities of a front developer include deciding on the layout and structure of a web page. Design decisions are influenced by ensuring user experience. They also add features to improve user experience, achieving harmony between practical and aesthetically pleasing design. They need to make sure that the design is mobile friendly. They need to create code that is reused in the future. They need to maximize the speed and scalability of web pages. Writing web pages using a variety of markup language. Ensuring that the design is consistent with the brand. Once you are ready to take on all the responsibilities of a front-end developer, you can apply for this job role via different platforms and grab an opportunity. According to Glassdoor, the front-end web developer salary in India ranges from 3 lakhs to 11 lakhs with an annual average salary of 4.9 lakhs per annum. Rest depends on the experience and knowledge one holds while applying for a job. Let's move ahead and we'll now go through backend web development. Backend development is a term used to describe tasks carried out while executing programs on the web. Instead of front-end development, which focuses on customer-facing services and programs, backend development handles server-side web application functionality and integration as well as activities like designing APIs, creating libraries, and working with system components. Focusing on website architecture, scripting, and building code that communicates between the website's database and the user's browser is all part of a back-end developer's job description. Consistency, security, and integrity of data must be guaranteed. The skills required in back-end web development differ from what we come across in front-end web development. The first step to understanding the backend is by understanding the concept of web server. The web server manages websites and responds to the user requests by storing and processing online pages. Several parts of an HTTP server are capable of understanding HTTPs and URLs. When a web server receives a request from a user, an HTTP server accepts it and finds and returns the requested material to the browser using HTTP open source platform that distribute the content in response to queries, include web servers like Apache and NGINX. The next step in backend development requires the knowledge of programming language, which refers to the language used so that a machine can understand. Additionally, frameworks are a collection of libraries that simplify and facilitate programming. The basis of a web page is a programming language. Being a backend developer requires knowledge of programming languages and associated frameworks, which is not so easy to achieve. Although many programming languages are available, only a few are frequently advised for backend web development. JavaScript and Node.js, the most difficult programming language. JavaScript allows you to explore many novel ideas and create a truly amazing website. It is applied to the creation of dynamic and interactive websites. Node.js is a framework created with real-time push-based architecture and the single-threaded model used for backend API services in mind. JavaScript may be used to execute on the server with Node.js. Python and Django. Python is the most user-friendly programming language, and when combined with Django, it makes a fantastic website building tool. You can create better and simpler web applications with less code. Python is the most popular programming language for creating websites because of how quickly it can be implemented. The most reliable and flexible framework to use is Django, PHP, and Laravel. This general-purpose scripting language, PHP, which stands for Hypertext Preprocessor, is ideal for creating websites. It is quick, adaptable, and practical language that runs the most well-known websites and blogs. The open source Laravel framework is used to create a variety of web applications. It is solely a server-side framework that handles data management and employs MVC, Model View Controller, to decompose the backend architecture of an application into logical components, making it simpler to construct. You can simply choose any set of technologies from all the technologies we discussed here and go ahead with them. To get data from a database, a backend developer writes code that does the relational mapping. Among the most popular database management systems are MySQL, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, and Oracle database. You must be aware or you must be quite familiar with how they operate. A version control system is useful for keeping the track and retaining changes to code that can be applied for future implementations. They are computer generated programs that assist in managing source code modifications over time. Git, a free and open source version control system, may be the ideal option due to its secure, adaptable, and simple to edit characteristics. Even for small projects, using a version control system is the best practice because it allows you to rapidly alter the source code whenever you want to add a new feature or to make improvements and produce an efficient application. An API is a collection of operations for communicating with the operating system, microservices, and external software components, as well as for accessing data. In essence, it transmits user reactions to the system and returns system responses to the user. Two apps can communicate with one another and thanks to APIs, which serve as a software mediators. Backend developers utilize API to connect and service an app or application and start conversations in order to enhance user experience. A good server to build and provide APIs for client-side communication is Express. You should be familiar with a few of the APIs like REST, JSON, SOAP, JSON, XMLRPC, and AES. Everything, including software applications, services, and products, is moving to the cloud. Right. Utilizing the cloud, web-based computing offers a pay-as-you-go service and enables organizations and individuals to consume computer resources, including virtual machines, databases, processing, services, storage, and events. Software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service are the three main divisions of cloud computing. A backend developer should know what clouds are and how to use them. Most used cloud services are Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft Azure. So you can pick any one of these cloud services and then you'll be ready to become a back-end developer. You won't be able to identify the necessary elements for a functioning application until and unless you create your backend project. Build some incredible creations ranging from simple to complex. You can check out our YouTube videos and learn about these technologies. Or you can enroll yourself in a free course on the SkillUp website. The link is present over here on your screen and in the description box as well. Find yourself a course and enroll as soon as possible. Moving ahead, let's talk about the salary and responsibilities of a backend developer. A backend developer mostly deals with server side of a website. In other words, someone who manages data on the server side also interacts with the UI, which is known as the front end, and saves and organizes the data. A backend developer is in charge of creating the web applications framework. The product list you see in the user interface of any e-commerce website like Amazon is saved somewhere, right? The sign in button you see takes you to another page when you enter your details, since the backend makes an API call, and the server side rendering is also handled entirely by the backend developer. The data is kept in database, which is handled by the backend. According to Glassdoor, the backend web developer salary in India ranges from 3.0 lakh to 17 lakhs per annum, with an average annual salary of 7 lakh. The salary may vary depending on the applicant's knowledge and experience in the field of web development. Moving on to our final type in web development, let's discuss what full stack web development is. Full stack web developers are individuals capable of developing both the front end and the back end of any website. Full stack technology refers to the total depth of a computer system application. The front end of a website contains all the functions visible to the client or site visitor. A full stack developer is involved in the entire development process of an application. He creates both the front end and the back end of a program while ensuring it has all the necessary functionality. There is no special technology related to full stack development. A full stack developer should know about every technology we come across in the front end and back end web development. There is no shortcut for this. You should know technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, followed by any framework, and backend technologies like Node.js, PHP, and many more. Additionally, a full stack web developer should know databases, APIs, and almost everything. They have the expertise to handle any task, including customer interaction, system engineering, database management, server administration, and architecture. Full stack developers are familiar with all the stages of software development on a practical level. They merely take an idea and independently develop it into a finished good. They are proficient in various languages, particularly web languages, software development methodologies, contemporary ideas, and many more tools required to create a fully functional web or mobile application. You can apply for the full stack development for beginners course for free. Click on the link mentioned in the description box below and search for full stack development for beginners and enroll yourself today. Or you can also go through our YouTube channel as well to find the latest technology videos related to full stack web development. According to Glassdoor.com, the salary of a full stack developer in India ranges from 2.5 lakh to 17 lakhs, with an average annual salary of 5.10 lakhs per annum. Although a lot of the salary of a full stack developer depends on the user experience. An experienced person in this field can get up to 25 lakhs annually. Now, it's totally up to you guys which area or in which field of web development you want to be experts in. You can either become a front-end developer, a back-end developer, or you can go ahead with full stack web development as well. Choose your career wisely and don't forget to check out the free courses provided to you by Simplilearn. Before we finish the video, let's take a look at some of the non-technical skills required in web development. When we mention skilled, you might think of programming, automating, and comprehending various frameworks, database, techniques, and libraries. Some non-technical abilities are highly significant to becoming a successful web developer, as these are for your personal growth only. Communication. Efficient teamwork and customer satisfaction always depend on effective communication. It is occasionally overlooked. Competent developers ensure they are constantly accessible and provide timely responses to the team members or client communication. Teamwork. Web developers rarely take on tasks by themselves. They collaborate in groups most of the time. The effectiveness of the team's collaboration is the key component in determining whether the current online or mobile application development projects are completed on schedule according to the requirements and on budget. Team management. Being productive or falling behind can be entirely determined by how well you manage your time and your attention. Sometimes there are too many things happening at once. You are a good developer and need to be trustworthy and have an excellent work ethic. Creativity. The key to creativity is coming up with multiple solutions to a given issue. You can successfully incorporate your creativity into creating an effective product with this ability. As a developer, you should have this crucial ability in your toolkit so that you can present the team with creative suggestions that will benefit other parts of the project. Leadership skills. You have a better chance of succeeding in development, including creating mobile or online websites. You can advance quickly to the senior developer level and be given managerial responsibility. It is a standard procedure that you will have to coach people with less experience, even if you do not have enough experience to lead a team. So, these are some of the non technical skills one must achieve to become a good web developer. Now, it's totally up to you guys which one of the web development jobs you want to land in. I suggest you guys to do some research and then go ahead with your career. So, that's all for this video, guys. I hope to see you all in another session. If you enjoyed watching this video, then do give it a thumbs up. Comment your queries below and the experts will definitely help you. Thank you so much for being here. Watch out for more videos. Until then, keep coding